Hey everyone, my name's Jeff. Welcome back to Jones Works. Today we're going to be making a couple of these plywood chessboards out of scraps around the shop. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Now let's get to the project. First, I want to say this was mostly an experiment. I would normally make something like this out of solid wood, and I'll do that in a future build, but I wanted to use up scraps and try making some patterns out of plywood. To begin, we will be ripping 2-inch strips. Some of these will be cut into 2-inch by 2-inch squares for the white squares, and then the rest of these strips will be laminated together, squared up into square 2-inch by 2-inch stock, and then cross cut for our black squares or the edge of the plies. Make sure when you do this step you use some sort of stop block, like you see me clamping that piece to my fence. That way you avoid kickback. To make things easier, I ended up just making a crosscut sled real quick because I had a ton of crosscuts to make in this project. After cross-cutting, I found it easier to do a little pre-sanding here to get rid of any burrs, to make the glue up easier. Now for the glue up, I decided to make it easier by doing this in small sections. So to begin, I took 4 squares alternating patterns and glued those together. I just used masking tape to clamp these together since it was small and it'd take up all my clamps right away. Next, I'd take 4 of those, alternate the patterns, and glue them together. Next, gluing 2 of those 4x4 square panels together, and then finishing it off by gluing those larger panels together. This made it a lot easier to line everything up and reduced a lot of stress not having to line up 64 squares all at once. Following sanding, I decided to move on to the border. Now, I wanted to give it a little visual aesthetic and elevate the playing surface a little bit from the border. So before mitering the corners, we are going to use a straight cutting router bit and make a rabbet in the border. Moving on to the miters, what I like to do is cut a miter on one side, take it to the piece, and mark the start of the next miter right on the piece itself so you know it's perfect to that side of the piece. Also, give yourself a little extra. You don't need to be perfect on the first try. You can nibble up to your line. You can never add wood, but you can always take it away. And this is why I like to have extra long pieces, because I always make that mistake right there. Now this is the same technique that you would use for making picture frames. However, this glue up is going to be much easier because I'm gluing it directly to the piece. In order to do that, I'm just gluing to the bottom of the piece, and then I'm only nailing on the bottom side. That way there's no apparent nails or visible nails from the top side. Now, after the border's together, I like to take some wood filler and make sure the edges are all nice and perfect. I sand it, and now I'm putting the finish on it. I'm just going with a simple matte clear spray. I think it's a lacquer. I don't really know. It's just leftovers I had in my shop, just like the scrap wood. So super easy, super simple, and that is this project done. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a lot of fun to make, and it was fun experimenting with the plywood. However, I would like to revisit this project in the near future using hardwoods, maybe walnut and maple or some other combination, because there are some techniques that I'd like to share with you guys that would make this process a whole lot easier. So stick around and look out for that video. Next, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody because the channel just recently passed 1,000 subscribers. It's been awesome being able to reply to you guys in the comments, and you've all had awesome feedback and some suggestions and things like that. I really appreciate all that feedback, and it's just an honor to be a part of such an engaging community. So thank you all. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to making more videos with you guys. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next project.